Max Scherzer is one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Scherzer.
He also may be a legitimate psychopath.
I felt zero pain tonight.
He once made a
I
friend
felt
sign
zero.
a
Hold on. Non-disclosure. Hold on. He said I felt no pain tonight. I see, like, if y'all don't know, I like stuff like this. I like aggressiveness. I just like different people. I don't want you to be. You can be nice, but I want you to be different. I don't know who this is.
Legitimate psychopath.
Matt
I felt
Scherzer.
zero pain tonight.
He once made a
Run to
friend
his
sign a
eye.
non-disclosure agreement to watch one of his practice sessions.
How?
His catcher once stopped the game and proposed an unfair fantasy football trade to purposely make him mad. Scherzer cursed him out and began throwing 3 miles per hour faster. His college coach says that Scherzer met him after a game ready to fight him after being benched. In the majors,
What?
he cursed out his own manager for congratulating him for pitching well. He's had verbal altercations with a teammate during a game, with an opposing manager during a game, and has verbally berated his own managers while they were trying to take him out of the game in college, the minors, and multiple times in the major league. He basically almost died on the mound and kept pitching. He broke his nose, got a massive black eye, and also kept pitching. And a few days after a neck injury prevented him from putting on his own shirt, he pitched in Game 7 of the World Series. And while in the major leagues, at one point, Scherzer's own family had serious concerns.
Look at him. I like him. Oh yeah, I like him. Look at him. Yeah. I was just playing Mellow League Baseball on my game, PFI on my game the other day. I was looking at. I wish you could do animation just like that on a game, bro. When you strike a nigga out.
For his
I like
mental
the
well-being. Some think that this behavior is due to
How
an
old is he
extreme
now? Is he still in the
competitiveness,
league?
but according to others, Max Scherzer is legitimately
He's
crazy.
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I ain't gonna lie. He cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I ain't gonna lie.
So the psychopath is motivated above all else by power. Life is a chess game, and they are going to win.
In college, one of Max Scherzer's coaches said that Scherzer was so out of his mind, he was essentially a quote-unquote cartoon character. And this was due to several bizarre incidents that went down due to Max's obsessive competitiveness, and one in particular may be more unbelievable than anything Scherzer's ever done, and it's become folklore at the university to this day. While at the University of Missouri, his teammates challenged him to eat 3 Chipotle burritos in one sitting. He not only did this, he did it while loading them up with toppings. Today, Scherzer says that he eats a sandwich with over a half pound of roast beef on it before every start. DCEater.com estimates he ate over 92 pounds of meat during his time in Washington, so maybe he just has a big appetite. But eating these burritos probably has a lot more to do with his teammates doubting he could do it. Scherzer hates that. He has a level of intensity which basically never wears off. His teammates say in college he would grunt, snarl, and talk to himself while pitching during fall ball games. During one of these games, he and his teammate got into a screaming match after a long at-bat. This is during a practice game against his own team. But even when Scherzer isn't facing anyone, he gets insanely intense. In college, his goal was to throw a 100-mile-per-hour pitch, so while in the weight room, he would constantly yell 100 as loud as he could throughout his workout. And his bullpen sessions are even more insane. To this day, Max Scherzer does his bullpens in full uniform to simulate a real game as close as possible, no matter what, even on days he isn't pitching. David Price once asked Scherzer if he could watch his bullpen session, and Scherzer allowed him to, but made him sign a non-disclosure agreement so he wouldn't give away any of his secrets.
Man, that nigga signed a non-disclosure agreement is crazy, bro. He is a wow boy.
He is so obsessed about practicing. This season, he was seen playing catch on the field at Nationals Park in the middle of Georgetown's graduation ceremony. He could have played catch anywhere, but he likes doing it on the field, and a graduation ceremony wasn't going to stop him.
Lady Anna Lansing.
Yo,
In college, his teammates say that Max would scream at himself for making bad pitches during bullpens and had a pitch called fastball extra, where he would just scream the word juice as loud as he could and throw a regular fastball 4 to 5 miles per hour faster. His college teammates still call him Juice to this day. But despite all of this insane intensity, Scherzer was essentially benched his freshman year for lack of control, which obviously pissed him off. According to his manager, after their team got blown out, Scherzer met him after the game looking like he was about to fight him and got into a screaming match about not pitching. As a freshman, 10 years, 2 Cy Youngs, and a World Series later, Max Scherzer says
what you say? Hold on, let's get them stats. Let's get these awards counted for now.
Freshman. 10 years, 2 Cy Youngs, and a World Series later, Max Scherzer says he still resents not being allowed to pitch in that game. The next year, he led the conference in ERA, strikeouts, won Big 12 Player of the Year, and set a Missouri record for strikeouts. And his intensity got even worse. During a game against Nebraska, Scherzer refused to come out of the game in the 8th inning. After striking out the first 2 batters in the 9th, his manager went out for a mound visit. Scherzer screamed at him before he said anything, saying that he is finishing the game no matter what. He struck out the last batter and Missouri won. But in his senior year, Scherzer ran into some controversy. While rushing to play video games, Scherzer accidentally slammed his door on his finger. He continued to pitch with the hurt finger and developed tendonitis in his bicep. He still pitched great, but a drop in velocity had many people worried. And when the Arizona Diamondbacks drafted him 11th overall, many people were skeptical, including people within the organization. They offered him way less money than he expected and signed a contract only minutes before the deadline, which would have made him a free agent. And this only motivated Scherzer to go even crazier. After only 1 year of dominating the minor leagues, he was called up to the majors, where he set an MLB record for consecutive batters retired for a debut relief appearance. However, the next season, almost all of his stats regressed, and the Diamondbacks, who were skeptical that he could stay healthy, traded him to the Detroit Tigers in a 3-way trade.
And turned him out to 1 of the 2 Damn! Give him a chance, Arizona.
Which turned out to be a massive mistake. His first 2 seasons with the Tigers were average at best, but in 2012, something happened to Scherzer that changed his life forever. It turned him from an average pitcher to one of the best in baseball.
Don't say Roy's.
But this tragic event affected Scherzer so much that his family says they had serious concerns over his mental well-being. On June 20th, 2012, Max's brother Alex tragically took his own life. Scherzer immediately left the team to be with his family. Only a day after his brother's death, Scherzer decided it was best for him to leave and make his start that was scheduled the next day, saying that it was the one thing he could offer to his family to help them heal. Scherzer got on a plane and went to Pittsburgh. Leading up to the game with his family in the stands, Scherzer broke down and cried in his manager's office, and throughout warm-ups could only concentrate on his brother, but nonetheless was committed to pitching. Scherzer threw 6 innings, giving up 3 runs and a loss. When he got back into the dugout, he broke down again, saying that he had never been so exhausted in his entire life. Putting up a quality start days after such a tragic event is insanely courageous, but Scherzer says he knew that if he wanted to be at his best, he couldn't be emotionally wrecked when he took the mound, so he made a pact. When it came to pitching, he could have no distractions. According to his parents, Max stopped talking about his brother altogether and was changing the subject every time he came up. He wanted to solely focus on his goals. This concerned them and made them wonder if he was handling the tragedy in a healthy way. But in Max's head, he only had room to focus on one thing: becoming the best pitcher on the planet. And that's exactly what he did.
Rest in peace,
Before that
bro.
start, Scherzer had an ERA above a 5.
Rest in peace,
From that
bro.
point on, Scherzer put up a 2.72 ERA and ended up leading the league in strikeouts per 9, helping the Tigers win the division, where in the playoffs, he dominated and took the Tigers to the World Series. And the next year was
Let me know in the comments what y'all favorite pitch is. What is y'all favorite pitch? I ain't gonna lie, the more I watch baseball, the more I play the game, stuff like that. I think I like the slider and the changeup. Fastball, of course, but I like the slider and the changeup. That changeup do something to him.
More impressive. Scherzer set a Tigers record for starting the season 12-0, made his first All-Star team, led the league in WHIP, and won his first ever Cy Young Award. He also took his intensity to a whole new level. According to Alex Avila, one game he noticed Scherzer wasn't pitching with his usual tenacity, so he called a mound visit and purposely offered Scherzer an unfair fantasy football trade. Scherzer got mad, yelled at him, and ended up pitching 7 innings, earning himself his 9th straight win. Scherzer would pitch one more season with the Tigers. He was an all-star, finished 5th in Cy Young voting, and earned himself a 7-year,
He's yanked, bro.
$210 million contract with the Washington Nationals, where he became arguably the best pitcher in the league and the most intense by far. Scherzer yelled at teammates, yelled at opposing managers, yelled at his own managers, and even yelled and snarled to himself while on the mound. For most players, this would come off as extremely disrespectful, but Scherzer is not most players. In 2015, Scherzer led the league in complete games, shutouts, and strikeout to walk ratio. Against the Brewers, he pitched a complete game with 16 strikeouts, but was mad because he was one hit away from a no-hitter. So his very next start, he did throw a no-hitter.
I feel you.
Later in the season, he threw a second no-hitter and was literally one strike away from a perfect game, until Jose Tabata did this.
And the ball, did it hit him?
Never did it hit him.
Perfect game.
He leaned into it. I got hit by more pitches than most, and there's no way I
Use pussy! Man, bro. You know how mad, bro. You should have threw that shit down the middle. Man, I threw that shit down the middle. Bro, I know he was mad he didn't get that perfect game, bro. One strikeout.
For the perfect.
Hold on, with bases full. Bases was full, though. So he was trying to get him. He was trying to get him out. Fuck. He should throw that shit low and away.
Game.
He leaned into it. I got hit by more pitches than most, and there's no way I'm leaning into a pitch down 6-0 when a guy has a perfect game going.
That's crazy, bro.
He also led the league in innings pitched because
That's crazy.
Scherzer was literally refusing to come out of games. In September, against the Marlins, Scherzer had given up 2 runs. There was a runner on second in the 7th inning. His manager, Matt Williams, came out to check on him. Scherzer didn't even give him a chance to speak.
He said, what? Hey, yeah, I like this energy. The guy ain't coming out. Man, what did you talk about? Man, I'm trying to get these boys up out of here.
Against the Marlins, Scherzer had given up 2 runs. There was a runner on second in the 7th inning. His manager, Matt Williams, came out to check on him. Scherzer didn't even give him a chance to speak, screamed that he wanted it, and Matt Williams didn't even give him a chance to.
He's out fucking
7th inning. His manager, Matt Williams, came out to check on him. Scherzer didn't even give him a chance to speak, screamed that he wanted it, and Matt Williams walked away in literally 2 seconds. Scherzer would get out of the inning 2 pitches later. In 2017, Dusty Baker came out to the mound to take Scherzer out of the game. It was the 8th inning. He had already thrown 109 pitches, and Manny Machado was coming to the plate. Scherzer stared him down and said, I f***ing got him. So Dusty left him in.
I like this nigga. I got him. Let me get him. Bro, imagine, what do you think he would have did to this black fella if he took him out of the game? If he would have said, "Now you coming out," what do you think he would have did to him? Huh? He would have hurt fella.
Later, he got Machado to pop out. According to his teammate Sean Doolittle, he left him in plate.
I got him.
Scherzer stared him down and said, I f***ing got him. So Dusty left him in the plate. Scherzer stared him down and said, I f***ing got him. So Dusty left him in. 4 pitches later, he got Machado to pop out. According to his teammate Sean Doolittle, in 2019, Scherzer was already pissed off all day because he had to wear dark colored uniforms on a hot day game. It was the 8th inning. Scherzer had just struck out his 14th batter of the game and had thrown 117 pitches, which to that point was more pitches thrown by a pitcher all season. Davey Martinez, concerned with his pitch count, walked out to take him out of the game. Scherzer screamed no before he could even get to the mound, said that he got him, so Martinez left him in. Scherzer struck out Joey Votto in 3 pitches. Talking to Scherzer during games, whether he's on the mound or in the dugout, is basically impossible. He is known for absolutely refusing to high-five his teammates during games because he doesn't like to be told good job. Adam Eaton tried to high-five him in a game.
Don't tell me good job, bro. I like his energy. Like, when you got energy like this, just be who you are. Don't fake it. If you got this type of energy, be for real with it.
Basically impossible. He is known for absolutely refusing to high-five his teammates during games because he doesn't like to be told good job. Adam Eaton tried to high-five him in a game and said that Scherzer flipped out on him. His teammate Spencer Keyboom tried to high-five him during a spring training game, and Scherzer did the same thing, later apologizing by saying that he was just in the zone. And a teammate in Arizona even says that he got completely ignored by Scherzer at a charity golf golf event. It seems like for the most part, Scherzer's teammates realize that this quirk is just part of his intensity and don't take it personally. But Scherzer's intensity has definitely rubbed at least one teammate the wrong way. In 2018, he and Steven Strasburg got into a screaming match in the dugout while Strasburg was pitching, but the two swear that this was just due to brotherly love. But even in the unlikely event that Strasburg and all of Scherzer's teammates hate his psychotic intensity, they have no choice but to accept it, because from 2013 to 2019, nobody dominated like Scherzer. He made the All-Star team 7 straight seasons, and with the Nationals, he led the league in whip and strikeouts 3 years in a row. Never finished below 5th in Cy Young voting, and won back-to-back Cy Young awards in 2016 and 2017. From 2013 to 2018, he pitched over 200 innings 6 years in a row, because he absolutely refused to come out of games no matter what, even if it meant having his wife put on his jersey for him. In 2017, Michael Saunders hit a 100-mile-per-hour line drive directly off of Scherzer's knee. He collapsed in pain, the entire stadium went silent, and it really looked like this could be a season-ending injury. He was on the ground for over a minute, but when he finally got up, the entire stadium started chanting, "Let's go Scherzer," so he stayed in the game and ended up pitching 6 innings. And in the very next inning, he struck out all 3 batters in 9 pitches, the 82nd immaculate inning in Major League history. In 2019, Scherzer broke his nose while bunting during batting practice. The very next day, with an insanely massive black eye, Scherzer decided to pitch anyway. And
so he did that to himself. I'm thinking he did that in a game on some warrior type energy.
even with his face jiggling, he shut out the Phillies over 7 innings with 10 strikeouts. Later that year, Scherzer missed almost a month with a mild rhomboid strain. He wanted to pitch, but the team wouldn't let him. So during a simulated game, after throwing 64 pitches, Scherzer, extremely pissed off, stomped off the mound to his manager and general manager, aggressively shook their hands, stared them in their eye, said,
I love this dude. Hey, man, he said, man, I'm here. I got it. Let me do my thing.
He wanted to pitch, but the team wouldn't let him. So during a simulated game, after throwing 64 pitches, Scherzer, extremely pissed off, stomped off the mound to his manager and general manager, aggressively shook their hands, stared them in their eye, said absolutely nothing about how he felt during the session, and just walked away. In 2019, during the playoffs, Max Scherzer hurt his neck so bad he couldn't lift his elbow above his shoulder, had to get his wife to put on his shirt for him, required several cortisone shots, and had to travel with a neck brace. A few days later, he took the mound in Game 7 of the World Series. And even though he was clearly not 100%, he ended up pitching 5 innings, giving up only 2 runs, allowing the Nationals to win the World Series for the first time in franchise history.
Damn.
And for this, Scherzer will always be known as a legend in Washington, not only for his insane stats and gutsy performances, but also for his intensity-filled meltdowns. And perhaps his biggest meltdown occurred only a few months before he would leave the Nationals organization altogether. In June 2021, on the first day of foreign substance checks, Scherzer was fed up. He was checked after the first inning, which was planned, and was visibly fuming over the new enforcement policy. After the third inning, he was checked again, and still extremely annoyed.
Bro, hold on. Somebody gotta explain this to me in the comments. They was doing what? They was checking him for what happened? Oh, he was getting bald headed. They thought he was taking them roids, huh? I'm telling y'all, they be thinking. That's when he started taking off his belt and shit like, bro, this happened.
In 2021, on the first day of foreign substance checks, Scherzer was fed up. He was checked after the first inning, which was planned, and was visibly fuming over the new enforcement policy. After the third inning, he was checked again, and still extremely annoyed. But in the fourth inning, Max boiled over. Phillies manager Joe Girardi asked to check Scherzer for a third time in the middle of the inning because he saw Max repeatedly running his fingers through his hair. Scherzer literally undid his belt and began taking off his pants to prove he was clean. The umpires found nothing, and he started mocking Girardi.
Man,
fingers
Stop
through
playing
his
with me.
third
They
time
about to get
in the
naked
middle
out
of the
here,
inning
man.
because he
Y'all
saw Max
playing.
repeatedly running his fingers through his hair. Scherzer literally undid his belt and began running his fingers through his hair. Scherzer
love this
literally
dude, bro.
undid his belt and began taking off his pants to prove he was clean. The umpires found nothing and he started mocking Girardi. An inning later, while walking off the mound, he took it an extra step and stared down Girardi the whole way while walking to the dugout. Girardi came out of the dugout, started screaming Girardi. An inning later, while walking
This
off
is
the
what we
mound,
watch
he took
sports
it
for
an
right
extra
here. This is what
and he
sports
started
are
mocking
for.
Girardi. An inning later, while walking off the mound, he took it an extra step and stared down Girardi the whole way while walking to the dugout. Girardi came out of the dugout, started screaming at the Nationals dugout. They screamed back. The whole time, Scherzer just stood there, holding up his hands, saying that he had nothing, looking like he wanted to murder someone. A few months later,
Hey, them perkies, it might be them perkies. He like this. Might be them perks. Something, man. That nigga hyped up. I like it.
Scherzer was traded to the Dodgers, ending his time in Washington.
Damn.
Even though Scherzer has only been in Los Angeles for a few weeks, his manager Dave Roberts has already learned an important lesson. According to him, during Scherzer's first start, he patted him on the butt and said, "Good job." In his first day in Los Angeles, Scherzer responded by telling his new manager, quote unquote, "Don't touch me." Dave Roberts and Scherzer's new teammates gladly promised to no longer touch him while he was pitching again, because he is one of the best pitchers in baseball. Is he an actual psychopath? Probably not. But does he act like one on the mound? Absolutely. And that's what makes Max Scherzer
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Bad Scherzer ain't even gonna lie. Where y'all got him ranked all the time, though, man? Like, where y'all got him at, though? And is he still playing? Let me know in the comments, man. I know Dodgers just won World Series, but I know he wasn't pitching. So let me know in the comments, man. But this was funny. This was crazy, though, bro. This was crazy. Look, we just hit 8K subs. Just let everybody know. On the road to 10K subscribers, I'm doing a giveaway. I'm giving away money. I'm giving away something else. But I know I'm giving away money at 10K. We just hit 8K. So, hey, love y'all, man, for that, bro. I really appreciate y'all. Real talk, man. But let me know who else y'all want me to react to, baseball-wise, in the comments, man. I got y'all. Okay.